Well, here we are back in the Model 3. This thing now, this month, this very week, is 2 years old. So it's getting on. This was brand new November 2021 as a 2022 model. In my opinion, this is the best of the 2019 up to the Highlander, which is out within 2 months. And I say that because of the LFP battery and the blacking off of the door handles and all the little bits and bobs that got changed, and this coming up, sweeping all the way around, for example. You'll know that you've only got to look back on my YouTube channel and you will see where I've done these reviews, so go and check them out, but I will put them on towards the end to give you a reminder. Well, I'm not going to be down here long because my knees ain't great, but car's great, my knees aren't. This 2-year review is going to be a bit of a fast one. I'm not going to dredge it out to a 20-minute or a 30-minute video. There's no need. At the moment, at 2 years old, it's lost a lot of money. And again, I'm not going to go into that. That is, I found on another video where I called Mr. Musk for his, let's say, discounts. Hey, you live and learn. I've been connected to the auto trade for most of my life. Even when I was in quarrying, I still had connection to the motor trade and still had people connected to the motor trade. So nothing surprises me what Elon did and what is happening now to EV prices. But this is not what that's all about. This is all about the ownership of the thing over 2 years, what it's cost me and how I feel about it now. Let's have a look at it, see what stopped working, see what's still working. Am I going to keep it for a bit longer? Let's have a look. Not forgetting the Highlander's out now, and I don't want to knock this car just because the Highlander's out, because the Highlander version is the brand new one. And also, not only is it the brand new one, but it is also the one that people are waiting for. Orders for this one now obviously ceased because the Highlanders took over. And again, this is what I enjoy, look. Silence. Nothing creaking, nothing making a noise. 2 years old, and it still drives like it did when it was brand new. Don't forget, I never had it brand new. I had it when it was around 4 months old. The owner before I had this had it through a company, and it changed jobs. So they decided to end the lease and get rid of the vehicle. So that's why I bought it at 4 months old. Whoa, I just love that acceleration of this thing. Still puts a smile on my face, and I've had a lot of V8 muscle cars, but you just get that extra bit of enjoyment out of an EV than I did with a noisy muscle car. Well, I've stopped at this place here, which is excuse the wind on the mic there, but this is an old farm. This is Pordy View farmhouse. Just stopped on their driveway here just to go around the vehicle and point out any things that I have noted gone wrong on the outside over 2 years. Well, I've replaced these. That's all I have done. About, what, 1,000, maybe 1,500 mile ago. 2,000 at the most. Wind on the mic there, I know there is. I can't think of anything else that has gone wrong on the exterior. Yes, I've caught the wheels a few times, but that's not the car. That's me. Yes, these are getting a bit of moisture back in them, but that's a typical Tesla thing, I'm afraid. Noisy all of a sudden. There were no cars down here when I came. Hey ho. I had these replaced by Tesla. Pointless though, because you've got to use the car. But this has been standing a while. I've been using the wife's car a lot, the little red one that you've seen before. And obviously by using that, I've kind of like put the mileage on her little red one. It is gone noisy. And not on this. And that was the whole idea. Nothing's fell off, nothing. I mean, these have been caught many times over bumps and high spots in the road, but they're still on, they've not come off. All the cameras still work, all this electric still works, all the door handles are still fine. Nothing really wrong. It's nice and quiet for a motorbike. So exterior, no issues whatsoever. Yes, there is a few paint little scratches and dents. It's a used vehicle, you're going to get them no matter what the vehicle is. Could be a Bugatti Veyron sitting here, although I wouldn't have one. and it could still be in the same shape with 17,000 miles on the clock. Original wiper blades, obviously. Glass is all still superb. Windows go up and down like they should. Glass roof, amazing. So yes, this all flips up the same as it should do. You know, there you go, just by clicking it, and it will go down as I film. That's about it, really. Exterior, perfection. 2 years old, and it really, just apart from the wear and tear, zero has gone wrong. Apart from those backlights, which I pointed out. The red caliper covers I had on here. I took them off. Didn't like them. Excuse the wind noise. Didn't like them. Took all 4 off. And these calipers behind now, as you can see, are like new. The original Tesla ones, because they've been covered for nearly 2 years. So that's good news there. So they're like brand new. Brakes, 2 years in. Rotors and pads still look like new. Still feel like new all round on all 4, because the regen braking on this thing is amazing, so you don't need to use your pads and rotors. Let's get back inside. I tell you what, it's a real cold blowy day today. You can probably hear that through the mic. I'm glad I've got this big thick shirt thing on, but this is the Leicestershire countryside, folks. This is where I normally do a lot of my driving. Let's get back in. Now, over the 2 years of ownership, and this is one of the good things of owning a Tesla, this Model 3 has had lots and lots of over-the-air updates. Now, some people who are very negative about Tesla would say that they are recalls. Your car's being recalled. No, most of the so-called recalls that happen to Teslas are normally over-the-air updates. In other words, it's something that they thought, oh, we could make that a bit better. So instead of sending it back into the dealer and having been it there all day for them to mess about with it, they just send it over the air, overnight it loads, or you just put it on yourself when you're ready. Those updates have been tremendous. There's been a lot of better things happen in the last 2 years with these updates. There are better things on this now, or things that have been bettered, than they were when I first had it. So that to me is a massive bonus over the 2 year period that this car has been registered on the roads of the UK. I've had the car, as you know, going on for 20 months. And so look at these trucks going by, you can see them. It's a real busy road. I thought this was a dead road. It's real busy. So I look at it as a big bonus to get an update. And you don't get that very often with any other brand that makes things better all the time. And all you do is just do it over the computer and you get it onto the car. Normally every 2 or 3 weeks is something comes through. And you look forward to it and you go, oh, I'm having that. And you download it, you think, oh, what's this now? And you read the release notes and it tells you all about it and what you get and everything else and how it makes things better. And navigation updates are a massive one this year. Better car now than it was when I had it for that reason. Let's look at something else. Now, I was going to do what I still like and what I don't like in the 2 years I've had it. But I'll be very, very straight and forward. And I don't just say this because it's my car. Apart from the wipers coming on and going off on their own accord sometimes when it's not too wet and it's bone dry, and that's purely because either you've got an insect on your screen or you've got something that's making that sensor make the wipers go on, and they are very, very sensitive. So maybe a bit of a software update on that wouldn't hurt. Elon, you're listening. That's the real only thing that bugs me about it. I can't think of anything else. Okay, the question I'm going to get asked here is the degradation thing with the batteries. There is no big, massive degradation on these LFP Tesla batteries, to be fair. And most of the industry now is going the same way. They are going LFP. In fact, I think the new Toyotas are going that way. They're on about solid state, but take no notice of that. And I believe some others will follow suit. It keeps costs down. It uses no cobalt and uses no nickel. So the only thing you've really got in your battery that anyone can moan about is a lot of copper, obviously, but then you've got lithium. I think times are going to change as that, and I don't think Tesla will be using lithium within the next 3 to 5 years. But anyway, let's get back to this review. So as regards degradation, I'm going to straight away put this out there and say that when I first had it, I was pretty much guaranteed to get 266 miles showing on the system every time I did a full charge. Now because it's LFP, I charge this thing to 100% most of the time. I don't never ever just think, oh, it's 80%. You don't have to with LFP. That's the good thing about it. So you can take this thing here all the way up to 100%, no problem whatsoever. There's no need to set this thing like you would do on a non-LFP vehicle. You just don't need to. So with the degradation in hand that we're going to be speaking about, and whip that round very quickly, I'm going to state straight the way that I have seen possibly, and I'm going to do it in miles because it's pointless doing percentage, I have seen a difference of around 8 to 10 mile that I don't get anymore in the 2 years I've had the vehicle. Some I've known to lose 10 to 12%, which is a lot more than I've just quoted there. Do the maths, okay? So if I used to get 266, 267, I'm getting 259, 260 now in the miles every time I charge it up. So I'm happy with that. The degradation is very, very minimum. And they reckon the first year to 2 years is where you'll fall flat more than anywhere else. After that, it kind of stables with these LFPs. Proof is to be told because these are so brand new still. But I would hate to think that maybe this time next year, I've lost another 10 or 15 mile. That would show me that LFP is not as good as they're making out. And that would not worry me, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy another LFP if that was the case. But I doubt it. All the science and everything else that goes for LFP is telling me that they are going to be far better than the regular lithium batteries. And this LFP, no issues as far as I'm concerned. It's normal, it's very tiny degradation for 2 years in. So happy bunny there. So has anything stopped working in here? Has anything at all broken, snapped off? I'm going to say no. Anything in the back that I can think of that's, excuse the wires here, that's someone using the USB. Anything broken here? No, not that I can see. Everything works. All the door handles still work. All the seating still works. Electric seats still work. Switches are all fine. All solid still on here. Zero issues. So again, and I said this on my previous video, these people who call Tesla for their build quality, you're going back 4, 5, maybe 6 years ago when that was happening. These Chinese made ones now are as good. As good, I'm going to put this out there, as good as, you know, BMW and Mercedes in certain ways. This is the proof. 2 years in and nothing wrong. Everything still shutting the same, still going up, still working. Just get back in the front. Switch gear and all this, yes, like I said, loads of downloads happened, which is great. These still work perfect. All this kind of thing is still great. No issues at all still slides lovely, or still feels the same. No real wear on anything. All the stitching is still very good. No wear on the steering wheel at all. So when you see these things about the yoke wearing here and here, $140,000 car and it's all worn and someone's taking the piss, well, it's because there's been a lady or somebody with something on their hands, antibacterial, lotions or whatever, used it for many, many miles and they've had sharp rings on, and that's how they've done it. I've not seen any other wear here and here on any Model Y or 3. Again, all the stitching on these, look, bolsters, zero wear, real good. All this still works fine, no issues. Yeah, so that, you know, there's nothing else I can really tell you about the 2-year review apart from that it's all still working pretty damn good. I'm super pleased with it. I still can't think of a car with zero exhaust emissions and with the speed that this has got off the mark, the fluid power that it's got for saying it's the standard model, with an LFP battery pack that would give me what I get out of this from any other car. I really don't know where I would look. Trunk opening still works. I'm not going to show you the trunk stroke boot. The front is still perfect. Everything still works in there. I cannot knock this car for nearly 17,000 mile and 2 years down the road. Tyres will get ruined at about 15 to 18k depending on how you drive. That's the end of this one, folks. I'm going to hold it and stop it there. Please subscribe if you haven't, and if you've not seen us before, where have you been? I say it all the time. You should have found me by now on YouTube and subscribed. Hope you will. Hope you do. Stay with the channel. Catch you later, people. I'm going to slam this phone out of my hand now.